All right, we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. Apologies for the delay. Had some technical difficulties with the internet. Let me know if there's anybody in the chat. Let me know if I'm lagging. Let me know if I'm lagging real quick, and we can go ahead and get the party started. Shout out to my dude D May in the building. What up, D May? I see you out here. Shout out to you, brother. All right, we got K Dale in the building. He says we live or not? Yeah, we live now, bro. We in here. We are in here, man. We about to get this party started real soon. I got a really good show for you guys today. Got everything pulled up, man. We're going to showcase a few videos. And the discussion for the video is the Passport Bros ideology movement. Is it the glitch in the matrix? Is it the new glitch in the matrix? So we got a real good show for you guys. All right, we got Trey in the building. Guys, let me know if I'm borging out, man, because I had some internet issues earlier. Let me know if we're good on the internet, and we can go ahead and get the party started. Shout out to Professor Agaya. Shout out to K-Dale. Shout out to you, bro. Let me know if we smooth. Am I borging out? Are we good? Audio good? Let me know. We can go ahead and get the party rolling. We got a real good show for you guys today. All right. But shout out to you, KDL. KDL said, man, you owe us a free consultation for being late. Shout out to you, bro. Somebody said Tank. Tank. I wonder where you know me from, bro. I ain't heard that name in a while. All right, so everybody's saying A1. We good to go. Can hear me loud and clear. That's great. All right, that's good. It's excellent, man. That is excellent. You know, I want to give a shout out to the admin of the Passport Bros Facebook group. All right. I want to give a shout out to all of them. Dre, Micah, Dale, because recently, guys, this has been growing. You know, I don't want to call it necessarily a movement, but the ideology and the community of the Passport Bros has been growing, right? We've been getting 500 plus requests a day to join the private Facebook group. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys real quick. All right. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys. Also, do me a favor when you come in the room, make sure you hit that like button for your boy. All right. So let me see here. Now, as you can see, this was maybe a few months ago. We was at 6,200 members. All right. That was maybe 3 months ago. Now we are at 16,000. Even though it says 15,000 members there, we were actually at 16,000 members. We crossed the 16,000 member mark yesterday. So it's growing, and it's a lot of work, guys. All right. It's a lot of work. So shout out to everybody in the admin, for helping out, bringing guys in. We got to validate guys as best as we can. There's still Facebook. Guys can make fake profiles. And if we catch any guys in the group sharing the content without the group and other Facebook groups, because we got some guy in there with a fake profile, he's sharing it to the Kevin Samuels Facebook group, some of the content. So we catch him, we're gonna go ahead and get him on up out of there. But once again, it is Facebook. So the ideology, the community of the Passport Bros is growing, bro. It is growing. All right. Let me see what we got in the comment section. Shout out to Bandana Travels in the building. Essential peace and blessings to the family. Shout out to you, bro. All right. We got 40 in the room. That's what's up. Let me play this real quick, guys, and we're going to come right on back.
No matter where I go, no matter where I be. We'll be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just happened to get off the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. We representing all over in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I gotta do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt, because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. All right, we back. Guys, make sure you grab that merch, man. I think I sold out of merch so quickly a couple of nights ago. I made some prints out here. Everybody likes the shirts. You see the Passport Bros shirt here. So make sure to hit the internet. Check out the merch, man. All right. Shout out to my dude, Global Passport Crew. He said, shout out to BMT Travels. Yes, sir. We in here today, man. We got a good topic today. We got a very good topic today. All right. We got Broken. It's that SEC in the building. So shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. All right. So, as most of you already know, the Passport Bros, like I said, community, ideology, more men are accepting it. A lot of guys getting their passports. So much so, let me pull this up real quick. And shout out to Scholar Master Teacher for posting in his community tab. I want to give a shout out to him. Check this out. Forbes. Passport wait times are up amid soaring demands for international trips. All right. So guys are getting their passports. All right. Guys are getting their passports, man. People are excited. Like I say, it's growing. You know, I saw it coming a few years ago. I saw the PUA market going down and the passport community or the passport bro market going up. All right, guys getting their passports, they're getting their stuff together, they're getting remote jobs, and dudes are booking trips. They're getting on up out of here, man. They're getting on up out of here, bro. So, real quick, I want to play this video. All right. I want to play this video. I got you back, Pat. I'll give you 1 second. I'm going to hit that in a second. What up, Fern? How's it going? I want to play this quick video by a legendary rap group, at least in the South. All right. In the South, legendary rap group, Goody Mob. Shout out to B-High. He interviewed him at his radio station. I think it's a radio station, / podcast. And he kind of just wedged this question in there. And I think another radio host, a very popular radio host down there in Atlanta, Ryan Cameron of I think it's Hot 107.5, but he's been in radio for about 20 years now. He actually had a show about the Passport Bro community, Passport Bro ideology. And it's interesting that these guys are not trying to reach out and to the founders or the more popular, less controversial representatives of this, right? To kind of give them the mission statement of what this movement was supposed to be about, or what this ideology is supposed to be about, rather. Right? They're just kind of interviewing random people, and some people might not even be familiar with it because it's still growing at this stage. It's getting out there. It's been all over the news, pretty much all over the world at this point. But it's just interesting that they're not really trying to reach out, and they're asking people's opinions on, is it okay for pretty much men to travel? Now, of course, with the bros, it's a black orientation. It's a black male orientation with it. That's why I think a lot of guys are so shocked. Like, are you really serious? Are you really asking, people that are not really too familiar with the community of Passport Bros, is it okay for guys to travel? Like, is that what we're really doing? So it's enlightening to see, because a lot of people are kind of in shock, not understanding, like, why is it so a controversial thing when brothers decide to travel, when brothers decide to get their passports and leave the country, whether it's for vacation, whether it's for long periods of time, whether it's for good. Why is this such a controversial thing, right? And I go back to what I coined the plantation bros a while ago, right? I don't do the back and forth with the women per se. I kind of let the women handle the women. That's always been my take on it, because when you're a man and you try to talk to women in a certain way, right? They had their defenses up too much, right, to really communicate with them, right? They might hear it better, especially if they're not your woman. They might hear it better from another woman. They might can reason with it a little bit better. But for the guys, all the haters, all the podcasters, all the guys talking down the community, lying, giving misconceptions, putting, false rumors and accusations out there. What's the issue with them is the question. And I call those guys plantation bros. All right. And I want to give a shout out to Filipina P as well. She did a video, really good video, got about 200,000 views right now. She broke it down as well, mentioning about the plantation bros, right? That plantation behavior, that matriarchal mindset that a lot of guys unfortunately have in the West, right? Because you shouldn't really be concerned about what other guys are doing, in my opinion, if you're a man. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna play this video. Let me play this video. All right, let me play this video. And when I come back, I got you back, Pat Val. I'm gonna shout you out. Hold on.
And then on the
here we go. Here we go. Now, this is on a radio station. Like I say, this is B-High. I believe this is his podcast. Shout out to B-High. I reached out to him. He hasn't hit me back yet. But I felt like this question was just wedged in there because it was a real good interview. But the interview was about, I guess, the problems with the relationships. And we're going to talk about this in the show. I got some more stats and some more videos to show you. The problems with the relationships between men and women pretty much in the West at this point, right? That's what they were talking about. They were saying, before I played the clip, because I kind of time marked it, they basically were saying, like, what's the issue with, men and women and dating and why have relationships soured so much in America right now? Like, why is people like participating in this kind of going back and forth gender war? Why aren't men and women getting along any longer like they were, let's say, a mere 20 years ago? All right. So I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Here we go.
another note, what do y'all think about the passport brothers? Because they're saying that basically a lot of brothers are saying, let me get the passport so I can go overseas to get me a woman because I'm tired of the American women.
I mean,
how y'all feel?
that's choice.
Yeah,
if you got money, money then gives you choices.
Yeah.
When you don't got money, you got to take what's in the hood.
Take what you get. What you can get.
So, I would say that. I mean, girls, they choosing.
Yeah.
For a long time, girls didn't want nothing but a ball player, NBA player, basketball player. I want Michael Vick. I want Michael Jordan. I don't want you regular. You know what I mean? But, I just think that in the times we're living in right now, people ought to think about this. I'd rather be with somebody who understands life and really smart than these folk that live by street rules and street myths, because that's going to play out. Yeah. Real love going to last forever.
Come on now.
I agree. I think, too, man, people need to be realistic about what they want now. You know what I mean? Like, I see a lot of people with these high expectations.
I want to go back before I let the brother right there speak on it. I think they have like a rap duo album. I'm not really familiar with the other brother, but I want to go back to what Gibbs said, legendary member of the group Goody Mob. What he said, he was basically saying that hey, you guys got options. They got money. They can travel the world. They're gonna travel over the world, and he kind of like. In a roundabout way, because how we do it in the South, we don't speak super directly. We kind of slide something in there real quick. He basically was saying that a lot of women like street dudes. That's what he was basically saying. Like, they need to kind of stop with the street dude stuff because it's played out, right? That's not what masculinity and what a manhood is. Some of these women got to grow the hell up and stop dating the bad boys. That's supposed to be a high school phase. You're supposed to grow out of that, right? And this is the reason why a lot of guys are getting their passports. He kind of said that in a roundabout way. I don't know if you guys caught that, but that's basically what he was saying. Now I'm gonna see what the other guy said.
And if they ain't getting it, boy, they heartbroken.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you gotta look in that mirror and be like, boy,
you ain't it.
Come on now.
You can't get what Rihanna get, baby. That ain't you.
Yeah. Like, you gotta have some quality to yourself now too.
Yeah.
And another thing with these young folks is like, man, don't expect nothing from nobody you can't do for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one of the biggest problems I see with this generation. Just like you expect the man to give you so much and you can't even buy it yourself. So if you expected me to buy you bags you can't buy yourself, put you in places, take you on vacation you can't do yourself, then boy, when my money run out, we gone, ain't we?
Come on now.
Tell you, bro, we out the door. Now you use my little wallet up, ain't cared nothing about sharing or saving or nothing. You just here to burn it up. And then when you burn it up, then you don't want to answer the phone. Now, hey, man, now see? And
Real
now you
talk.
wonder why it's so much trouble out here, because people ain't respecting people just for people. I don't want to be with you because what you got. I want to be with you because you somebody I need to be with.
Exactly.
Shout out to the mob, man. Shout out to Goody Mob, bro. I couldn't have said it any more better, bro. Shout out to them, man. Appreciate that. That was a good look. They said pretty much something positive. Like a lot of these women have entitlement and a lot of high expectations. Not all, but a good amount, right? So much so that guys are opting out and expanding their options, traveling or not dating at all. And I'm gonna show you a video to prove that in a second. But let me catch a couple of these super chats real quick. All right. Shout out to my dude, Backpack Val. Shout out to him with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you, bro. He says, rumor has it that 5 got smoked for my crew. Laughing my butt. I laughed my ass off. It's all good, my bro. Stay blessed. All right. So shout out to Backpack Val. We had a challenge going. Backpack Val's going to be out here, I believe, next month. Think about next month. And it's like 5 of the internet, not internet, but YouTubers, 5 other YouTubers. They want to put up against 5 of us, the YouTubers out here, right? So we still get it together. We might do it. You know, a couple of cats backed out, and now they're kind of getting back in. Shout out to my brother Richie Mack. So I'm not sure yet, man. I'm not sure if we're still gonna do the smoke show, but we will see. So, but shout out to you, Backpack Val. Good challenge, man. We still gotta chop it up about that passport, bro, video you did too, brother. I forgot about that. But shout out to you. All right, we got essential entities in the building with the $19.99 super chat. Really appreciate that. He says, thanks for showing men to know to travel and see the world and all its beauty and nature. I salute you, family, 100%. Peace and blessings to the family. For sure, man. Great comment. Yeah. Great comment, man. Shout out to you for $20 super chat. Shout out to you, bro. We got the Flyboy Way in the building. Shout out to you, bro. Somebody say, K-Dale, that Big Gift can tell a story. Man, that's one of the most legendary hip-hop albums of all time. Was Soul Food, bro. Soul Food, all right? That was one of the, you know, that was different type of rap back then. That was rap when you put in a CD and you're going to learn something. That wasn't the rap. That wasn't the stage where they got to, you know, how type of cars I'm driving. You know, basically braggadocious rap. You know, that braggadocious rap. You know, like I said, those were the albums when it was still, you know, hip hop originally was supposed to be, you know, journalistic to a certain degree, like knowledge. You would learn something, you know. It was for the youth generation that was learning in a creative way from an older generation or a person from that has some experiences out here to tell you, you know, right from wrong, go left, don't go right, you know, a warning, right? Now it's all over the place. You know, they rap about whatever they want to rap about. Rap has been over. It's been corporate to a certain degree. You got different categories of rap. Shout out to J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. You can kind of learn a little knowledge from them. But the majority of rap we know is just not what it used to be. I'm not gonna say it's bad music, but it's definitely not what it used to be. All right. Somebody said, "Who are these dudes?" Iman Perry. That's that's Big Gift from the Goody Mob. I'm not familiar with the other dude, man. I really don't. I'm really not sure who the other guy is. All right, so now you're talking about the challenge. All right. We got Eric Powell. Shout out to you, bro. Somebody with the $5 super chat, really appreciate that. He says, from your biggest fan, keep up the God's work. You're changing lives for the better, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, man. You know. Got Backpack Val in here once again. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of this clip here. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of this clip. This is you put the fair use symbol up here because this is from CNN. This is very, I think we all knew this was coming, you know, with the emergence of you know, dating apps and social media. But I want to show this real quick, man. This is a very interesting clip from CNN. This is very interesting. Hold on, where we at? All right, let me put this up here. All right. All right. All right, let me play a little bit of this. Where we at here? Here we go. All right.
I pulled the Pew study and I read with interest. Turns out since 2019, the share of single men who say they're looking for dates or a relationship has declined from 61% to 50%. In 2018, 28% of men ages 18 to 30 reported they'd had no sex in the past year, compared with 18% of women of that age. The Hill report said men in their 20s are more likely than women in their 20s to be romantically uninvolved, sexually dormant, friendless, and lonely. They stand at the vanguard of an epidemic of declining marriage, sexuality, and relationships that afflicts all of young America. Among the causes, among the factors, a reliance on social media and online porn. But also, more young women are hooking up with each other or dating and marrying slightly older men, and heterosexual women are getting more choosy. Other troubling statistics about men come from a 2021 study from the Survey Center for American Life. They found the share of men who have 6 or more close friends, which in 1990 was 55%, by 2021 had shrunk by half. Meanwhile, those with literally 0 close friends, which stood at 3% in 1990, has zoomed to 15%. An expert quoted by The Hill said this disconnect can have catastrophic consequences for young men. Quote, in the worst case scenario, the young American man's social disconnect can have tragic consequences. Young men commit suicide at 4 times the rate of young women. Younger women are largely responsible for rising rates of mass shootings, a trend that some.
Did y'all catch that? I know it's a little delayed, but did y'all catch what he just said? Let me see if I can rewind that real quick. Let me see if we can rewind that real quick. Hold on.
Suicide at 4 times the rate of young women. Younger women are largely responsible for rising rates of mass shootings, a trend that some researchers link to their growing social isolation. Well, those words reminded me of a conversation that I had over a year ago right here on CNN with NYU professor Scott Galloway.
Customers are more likely to open emails they can trust. Get a professional email from GoDaddy and.
But the issue is when you have a group of men, the lower half of attractiveness of men and online dating, which has doubled, now it's about half of relationships, and the top 20% of men in terms of attractiveness get about 60% of the interest. You end up with a group of men that are more prone to conspiracy theory, more prone to misogynistic content, more prone to not believe in climate change. So this is the American story. If it's written with a pen whose ink is failing young men, does not end well. This is an existential crisis, failing young men.
As always, Professor Galloway.
All right, I just wanted to play that clip real quick. I'm not going to play too much of it, but you can see, what's going on in America right now as far as concerns of dating, and it's probably going to be even worse in the African American community. All right, so guys, I put that option out there years ago that, hey man, if you're struggling in America as far as dating or whatnot, if you're not satisfied with what you're, who you're interacting with or who you're courting, the best option is still to expand your options, get your passports, and go overseas. All right, where you have a different reach, you have a woman with different mindsets. You do have independent women overseas as well. Traditional women too, but you just have more options. Basically, it'll be your best bet, man. Just sitting around, being dating frustrated, paying these whack ass dating coaches. All right, who's gonna give you some whack ass game. You want to be able to be yourself. All right, you want to be able to be yourself. You don't want to be fake. People can see through that. You just want to be able to reach out and communicate with different types of women. That's going to be your best bet. Right now, America is a social experiment going horribly wrong. All right, for whatever reason, young men and young women of the generation are seeing more activity through electronics than they are through actual interactions. All right, they might go to the club. Even in the club, they're going to be on their phones. All right, you go on a date, she's going to be on her phone. All right, you know, they always try to monkey branch up to the next best thing. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Alongside inflation, all right, it can be a frustrating thing to be concrete stuck in America right now. All right, that's just the brass tacks of it. You know, that is what it is. All right. Let me see what we got going on in the chat. Somebody said I don't trust anything on CNN. I feel you, man, but it's a Pew study. I would think that the stats are a little bit. They should. They Pew studies to be pretty good. I think they study about 10,000 people on the minimum. All right. Somebody said dating social life is complete garbage in the U.S. Yeah, it can be. It can be. It can be. All right. Somebody said they ran out of passport applications here in Charlotte, North Carolina 3 months ago. Wow. Wow. Yeah, let me put that up. Let me pull that up again. I thought they was going to start doing it online. If I'm not mistaken, they said something about them doing it online. They might need to go ahead and put that on out. All right. Here we go. Let me see here. Like the Forbes article says, passport wait times are up amid soaring demand for international trips. So people are getting their passports. You know, people are trying to go and get up out of there. You know what? Let me drop a link because I want to hear, because I'm hearing things in the chat. I'm seeing things in chat saying some people say they believe the stats, some people say they don't believe the stats. Let me go ahead and drop a link if anybody want to come on real quick. All right, because this is going to be somewhat of a quick show. So let me go ahead and drop a link. Let me move this out the way real quick. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop a link in the chat. I'm telling you guys, I seen the writing on the wall years ago. Somebody said, don't sleep on South Korea and Japan. All right, so they are available online. Denver Johnson says, how can they run out of applications when they are available online? Okay. I figured it was available online. All right. Somebody said Pew researchers work like scientists. All right. Hold on, let me drop a link one more time for the fam. Let's see who's coming on here. All right, we got my dude. Global Passport crew in the building. Shout out to you, bro.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Let me break this out. First, the applications, a lot of people are getting confused about these applications.
Mm-hmm.
These are not post office applications for these for the passports. They are from the U.S. Department of State.
Mm-hmm.
This post office just issue them. Now, you can go to the U.S. Department of State website, and they have it online where you can do it online and print it up, and you get your passport photos. You could just send it in, so you don't have to go to the post office.
Okay.
And on my channel, I have 2 videos on that, one on the live, one on the regular channel. They'll show you how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you guys want to learn how to get your passports online, go to my channel. It's there with all the instructions of what you need to do.
All right. So you said you can do everything online, basically.
You can get the application and stuff online. I think there's maybe a portal where you can you can't submit online because you can print it up. and then you got to get the application fees, and then you got to get the photos, and then you can submit it through regular mail. But as far as the applications, they're online. As long as you got a computer and a printer, you're good.
Oh, that's excellent to hear. You think they might be backed up? Because I heard that. I hear guys are,
No, you can just
delayed.
print it up right now. Like I can print up the application right now. They're not backed up. It's PDF files.
Now I'm talking about as far as the process.
Oh, the process. Yeah, you're jammed because I heard it got extended. Like regular getting it from the getting it back is about like 8 to 11 weeks now, which is regular.
11 weeks. You know, I got mine. I think I got mine like in 2 weeks, maybe less. Like maybe about 10 days. I got my passport.
Yeah,
this is like 20. This had to be like 2016, 2015, or something like that.
It's all gonna. A lot of factors are gonna depend on that, and plus, it's not just like the passport bros getting their passports. You got people who are doing contracting work overseas, getting their passports. You got people. You got just regular Joe families just moving out of the U.S., just living in places like Spain and Portugal and England and stuff like that. Just getting up and moving. So everything is really, really backed up because people are leaving.
And you know what? They're living for different reasons. You know, people want to always kind of put the gender war on the passport bros, right? But man, economics and money is important, bro. Your resources are important, and you don't want, if you have the opportunity to work overseas and have a remote job, and you don't have to pay $2,000 a month for rent. You can cut that $2,000 a month for rent down to $250 a month. A lot of people are going to take that opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I'm looking to do some stuff overseas. Well, kind of go back and forth between U.S. and overseas. I put in for one job that's going to allow me to go back and forth between here and the Netherlands. So,
somebody said, shout out to Bandana Travel. He says, I'm about to ride through the hood selling passport applications. You know what? We got I got another guy in the back end. I didn't even see you, bro. Is that KB 330 KB 305?
Yes.
You there?
Yes, sir. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you loud and clear. Let me catch the super chat real quick, man. I want to let me catch this and I'm gonna get right back to you. Shout out to Passport Gurus. That's a dope name, by the way. I like that name, boy. Passport Gurus. I wouldn't have thought of that one. That's a good one. But $10 super chat, appreciate that. He says, "What's good, bros? Yes, we are the glitch, and we were totally unexpected. Keep traveling and supporting each other." That's for sure, man. That's, you know what, I love to see. Guys coming overseas and taking advantage of opportunities, right? So you have a good amount of Americans in these countries. Like you're gonna have a expat, community of Americans in Colombia, Brazil, especially Dominican Republic, and now so much here in Thailand. And when you have an expat community, just like you have expat communities in America, you're gonna want certain food. You're gonna want certain products. I don't care how much you love Thai food. You might not want to eat it every single day. You're gonna want that American hamburger every blue moon. That them American fries, and people can make it, but they can't make it the same as an American, right? So there's a lot of opportunities in shops, restaurants, merchandise, whatever you want to start. You can do it overseas, and you already have a market for it already, right? They have like specialized grocery stores for Europeans here, right? Because some of the products in the bigger stores, they just don't have. Like if you one of them guys that like to eat cereal in the morning, well, they only got 2-3 types of cereal in the grocery stores here, right? You might want your Captain Crunch. Well, they don't have that. But this little specific store might have it, and no Americans like it. So that's what I'm talking about. Those are the type of opportunities. And that we can support each other overseas. You have a market already there. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, basically. And generally speaking, overseas communities generally support each other, right? So, we have a large Russian community here. If a Russian opens up a restaurant, guess what? Plug and play. Everybody's going to flood that new restaurant. Brother from New York opened up a food truck here, not too far from me and John TM.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, called Brooklyn Brights. I did a video on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go guys, go check out that video. He just opened it up. Great food. He got macaroni and cheese. He got the Luther burgers. You know what the Luther burgers are?
Nah.
All right. It was an episode of the Boondock. What's it? Boondocks, basically. You familiar with that show, right?
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they had this burger is is two patties, two beef patties, bacon, cheese, and it's sandwiched between two donuts. All right. I'm gonna see if I can show it in a second. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you guys in a second. But yeah, man, I can't mess with it. You know, personally, I can't mess with it. It's just gonna mess me up. But everybody's saying it's really good. All right. So back to you, KB. 334. What's that? 3055.
Shout out to you guys, man. It's my first time on your panel, man. Finally got lucky.
All right, welcome to the show, bro.
I've been watching for so long, so it's crazy. I've been almost every other passport, bro. Well, you guys aren't considered passport, bro, but you get the idea. The small community that we have.
Oh no, we are definitely passport bros over here. See the shirt?
Oh. Yep, indeed. Yeah, it's just, man. About the passport thing, like I find that hard to believe because I got my passport back in 2021. The person that I used to watch first was 1MT, and then after that I spread my content out. Then I discovered you, BMT, after him, and then that's when I started getting into the rabbit hole of the traveling group. And I got both of my homies to get their passports. One of them, he already got his, and I got him to get not only his passport but his passport card, and he got his expedited. I didn't get mine expedited. I got mine before the pandemic hit. Like, right, I'm talking about that March when everybody started getting sick, and then they figured out it was COVID. I got I got mine like in February, like the month, like because I think COVID started at the tail end of March or at the beginning of April, around that time, and I had got my passport around then, and it only took a month. It only took him about 3 weeks because he got his expedited. He got his like a week ago. So I'm like, I don't see, and we did the same thing. I took him to the website. He printed out the documents, and he had to go, get all the information that he needed to get. And I was like, I don't see passports becoming an issue to get. Like, I just find that crazy. I'm like, but they don't know why everybody's traveling. How do they assume that everybody's getting a passport, running to get a passport, is gonna do something bad with it, or like there's a limit to getting passport? I ain't never heard of that. I was like, man, that sounds crazy to me, honestly.
Yeah, there's just a lot of different groups of people getting passport. And one group I forgot to mention are students, because you have 1 year study abroad programs, or people going to college overseas, like I did. I went to college overseas, so I needed a passport. So you're starting to see more Americans venturing out in that direction, getting their college education out there, because they're saying the BS that is happening in some of these colleges here. So that's another reason. Oh my God!
You gotta see that. You gotta see that.
Man, delicioso.
Delicioso for real, man. 2 donuts. That's like a big slabs of bacon, and there's 2 patties actually under there with some cheese.
Hey, and it's crazy. You could probably get it in America. That meal easily looks like a good $15, $20 on a Good Friday. Over there, it's probably you're spending half that.
Yeah, it was like $8, 220 baht, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. If my memory serves me correctly.
Not bad.
And then he got the shot of chocolate man in Thailand. I was trying to show you he got some mac and cheese too, and the fried okra. So he got it on there.
I like what you said, BMT, earlier about some things that you'll miss about America. So I went to DR for a whole 2 weeks. That was my first time ever leaving the country, and it was one hell of an experience. And I remember in your earlier content when you said you used to go to DR all the time. I thought that was funny when I was over there. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about a lot of things, but a lot of guys that come to DR is kind of like every guy's first destination in a way, or somewhere like that. And I wanted to say that, like, I went to 4 cities. I first started off. I went to this. dropped off from the Santo Domingo airport. I went to Boca Chica. I was with two of the homeboys that I know there through Philly Dom. I don't know if you guys know Philly Dom. He's
Yeah,
another.
we know Philly Dom. Yeah.
Yeah, Philly. He got his cousin, and we linked up. And man, it was a hell of a trip, man. We still talk, and I'm supposed to go see them again in March. But what I wanted to point out, I feel like that's a potential conversation that passport bros don't have, or I feel like if we talk about that, it could be definitely more enlightening for a lot of guys. I think we need to talk about the quality of life when it comes to going out there. I know a lot of guys talk about it, but
Yeah, we've been talking
I
about that for
realize
years, man.
I'm
We've been
like,
talking about it for
yo, the
years.
convenience of America is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's not. I'm not over here trying to hype up America or anything, but it's just like when I was in, like I said, I was in Santo Domingo. I went to Boca Chica, then I went to Sosua, and then from Sosua back to Santo, then to Punta Cana as the last
Okay.
destination.
Oh,
And
nice.
when I was in Punta Cana, I was like, this is like America in DR. This is like Florida from DR, like the Florida of DR or something. I don't know.
Well, you know what you don't want to do though. You don't want to judge like the tourist area, like make that like the whole country, right? Because people do that.
Right.
They'll say like Diaz and Medellin, and they'll say that that's all Colombia. Like, nah, man, Colombia is very different. You're just in a touristy area. That's like a little small pocket. But real quick, let me catch these super chats, and I want to bring on the brother Malcolm on. I think I know who that is. I think he changed his name again. But shout out to Broken's Sec for the $99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, can't wait to see the app BMT salute. Yes, sir. The app is coming, man. The app is coming.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man.
Very soon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do an announcement either next show or the show after that. I'm going to show you guys a snippet or trailer of what to look for. And I'll give you an exact release date for the app. All right. So that's going to be really dope. Matter of fact, I took everything off the Patreon. A lot of people want to know what happened to the Patreon. I took everything down. All my Patreon content will be available on the app because Patreon was on that bullshit. So all my content from the Patreon, that's probably going to be about 40, 50 videos will be available on the Passport Bros mobile app. All right. So we're going to got that coming on the way. I want to give a shout out to D May with the $4.99 super chat, man. Shout out to you, bro. He said, good seeing you. I'll be back home in June. Don't run. Okay, so guys, hold on now. Right now, D May is a professional basketball player, right? I think like semi-pro basketball. I got a basketball court maybe, 100 feet from the building, and he was always busy. He didn't want to come out and face your boy, bro. So, I don't know. You was out here long enough for us to play, bro. That's on you. That's on you, man. But shout out to D May, man. I can't wait to see you play, bro. Shout out to you. All right, let me catch this. I don't know what. Go with Passport Crew. You know what denomination that is? That's P125. Is that peso?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what these guys be doing. I don't know what. That's like a crossed out P. That might be some crypto or something. I don't know what that is. But hey, shout out to you. Diamond Jim 55. Shout out to you. You said you need a BMT. What's that? Emeritus t-shirt. Emeritus t-shirt for us old heads with 30 or more years under our belts. You know what, man? I've been getting a lot of slack for not interviewing the older gentlemen about their experiences. I got you guys. All right. I got a lot of more interviews coming this week. The guys be like, man, why are you interviewing the guys who just started traveling? They don't know nothing yet, right? So I got you guys, right? No worries. I'm going to start interviewing you, more of you real soon. All right. Let me holler. Is that Malcolm? Brother Malcolm? That's you? You there?
Yo.
There you go. Man, bro, you keep changing your name. I don't be knowing who you are, bro. What's going on?
Man, I'm out
we
here.
got hold up. We got the crew in here today. Okay.
No.
We got the legendary crew.
The man himself is showing up.
Let's go.
Gentlemen.
Hey, did
What's
I represent for you? Did I represent for you? Come on. That's all I want
You
to
did.
represent for you. Okay.
You did. Here's to you.
I kept it real, bro. I just kept it real. We're talking about the Colombia versus Thailand challenge. Did y'all ever decide who was the winner?
I let Richie have it because when we did the Colombia, we did Colombia versus Thailand versus Colombia on his channel. He won the poll of 57% to 43%. And then when we did it on my channel the next day, we won. And how we won was the business factor and the real estate factor, that you could own the land here in Colombia. You could build generational wealth, to where in Thailand you couldn't do that. You can't build generational wealth. You can't own the land. So we were beating them in the last few categories of the challenge. And so it ended up with us, actually, the whole thing ended up being a tie, but the polls had us winning on this side and him winning on that side. So I told him this morning, we were talking about 4 o'clock in the morning, because I was up all night doing the Patreon. And so we finally got that launched after 5 years, right? And so I told him that he could have it. So he won by default.
Okay. Let me and I want to welcome Brother Malcolm to the building too. There you go.
Yo, man, check it out, man. Guess where I'm at right now, baby?
Cartagena.
Medellin, dog.
Medellin. Okay.
Listen, bro, this place, I haven't been here in like a whole year. You know, I used to go every other week and all of that, but I haven't been coming for like a year. Yo, they built this place up, man. I'm at the park right now. That joint is like, they built it up. Yo, Aaron, when you come back next time, you're gonna be like, damn, it's popping out here. Because when I first started coming, me and you was the only few brothers really out here. Man, this shit looked like Bankhead. You there?
Yeah, he's fixing it. I think it's the battery in his camera he's changing out.
That's right. Go to Medellin. We love you, Medellin. We love you, Cartagena. You're the best. Thank you, Bogota. We love you. Go to Medellin. Keep your ass right on out there.
Just bother Andre. That's what I'm
gonna do. Here. Don't come here. We don't want you. Hey, Aaron, I don't even give consultations to dudes that I find out they're from Medellin. As soon as I find out that they're Medi, I'll keep your money. Don't come out here. Keep your money. I don't even give consultations. As soon as I find out you're a Medi, I find out, you keep your money in your pocket. Call Aaron. He'll help you. But you won't be coming out here to Cali on me.
Send them my way. I'll take them.
You can have them all the Medis. You can have every one of them. And I do that. I'd be like, where you want to go, Medellin? Oh yeah, I got a partner for you.
Man, you know we got a travel community when we don't even know the denominations of the guys that's donating right now, bro. Shout out to the Passport OG. Is that the Japanese yen right there? That's yen, right?
It might be. Let me see. Let's see what you got going on.
He said, "This is such a beautiful community."
That is which one I see. I see a rural. That's Brazil with the R. That is a yen. That's a yen.
That's a Y. That's a Y.
Shout out to the brother, Passport OG in the building.
Yeah, shout out to him. He's been doing a lot of putting a lot of good work in on his channel too. I believe he speaks fluent Japanese.
That's what's up, brother. Let me make sure I subscribe to his channel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to the Passport. He be breaking it down. Man. Shout out to you. I've been keeping up with you, bro. Appreciate that.
Is that the brother that do the street interviews?
No, not him. I know you're talking about though. I think that's Black in Japan.
Okay, yeah,
that might be Black in Japan. Yeah. This brother, he has like a green screen background. You know, he has a lot of good editing.
Let me write that down right now because I'm a sub as soon as we get done.
Okay. Everybody say salute to Coach Dre. What up, Dre?
What up, Jimmy?
We got Obama. I believe that's the Brazilian Real right there with the $5.
Yeah.
He said, freedom is what we want. Freedom to build a legacy wherever we want. Wherever we want.
Let me ask you a question, Aaron. Do you think that, and guys, do you think that off of that headline, that's a great headline, Aaron. I'll be reaching out to you to showcase that one tomorrow. Because I was actually doing a episode called Man in Demand, talking about the statistics that I found around the world that countries are in demand for men. They really need masculinity and they need men in a lot of countries around the world. And so I was going to do an episode on that. So that will pick that headline from CNN would piggyback off of what I was going. But the question I have for you guys is this. Do you think that almost like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, almost, that the passport movement and the fact that a lot of these men are focusing not on their social life as much as they're just focusing on their money, building themselves up educationally, things like that. And the Passport Bro movement is going to help them in the long run, because it's going to be these guys that may be socially awkward and may not have got the girl, but these dudes may have stacked the paper to be able to become Passport Bros in the future.
That's a good question.
I think if we start shifting the focus a little bit more towards the individuals and as far as growth, as far as getting certifications and education and, you know, being business minded globally, yeah, we can transform that. And these will be the guys that will be six figures. Like today, I just passed my certified ethical hacking course.
All right.
That's 2. I got one more course I'm doing, which will be cybersecurity analyst. Already have Security Plus behind me. So I've been putting in for jobs. Some of the jobs are going to require me to go overseas for a little bit. So I'll be going back and forth between the US and whatever country they have business with. So you're going to start seeing that demand start to happen, but we have to start shifting the focus of, okay, the dating scene sucks right now, and this is that, to like, okay, we're going to go in this direction now. We're going to build everybody up, get the proper skill sets, teach them what we need to do as far as dealing with the global market, to invest in land, invest in Airbnbs, and learn how to do all that stuff so they can go over there and be productive. So I think that can happen.
That's a good point. It's a very good point. I also want to ask you this, Andre. Did you expect this? Because I didn't see this coming.
I did.
Did you saw the backlash coming? Okay. Why'd you think that? Yeah, why'd you think so? Why'd you know?
Because I know that I follow evolution. I follow a sociology, and when you follow people as groups and how we evolve, you start to see things like 10, 15 years before it happens. You know, when you a dude that's like many of us, we're readers. So we read magazines and books that describe the future. Or you'll see a movie and you'll see something like, oh, that's futuristic. Oh, wow, you let it go. But people like me sit back and say, oh, they got that technology right now. Let me sit back and watch it unfold. And now when you see this behavior of the feminists and the ultra masculine woman, and then you see that and the reason why I saw it, I kid you not, when I first started seeing it, when I start seeing how many women were raising men, and a woman can't make a man. She can raise a male, but she can't make a man. I'll say that again. My mama raised a male. It was all the other men in my life that made me a man. And so whether it was my pastor, whether it was my football coach, whether it was the deacon in the church, whether it was my uncle, whether it was my boys, it was the males around me that developed my manhood. My mother raised my malehood. You know, you don't hit a girl, that type of stuff. But she could never develop my masculinity, that lion in me that made me step up to women and, and ask her out for a date type of thing. It took men to show me how to do that. And so when you when you have masses and masses of women, having kids by only 20% of dudes. Most dudes ain't putting out these babies. Statistics show that most married dudes are the ones that are in stable relationships. They're having kids. Statistics also show, I have the article pulled up right here because I'm doing that live stream on Man and Demand tomorrow. And the article says that 27 to 30% of all men, no matter what color in the United States, aren't even having sex before the age of 30. So you can't say that. Let's just put 30% out there. 30% of men ain't baby daddies. And then the other statistics show that the ones that do have kids among our community, most of those are married men. So now the Pookie and the Ray Ray fall between that 10 to 20% that 80% of women in the United States are having babies by. And there's not in other words, if you got 80% of women having babies by 20% of dudes, there's not enough masculinity to go around for everybody. So now you're having docile young men being raised. I saw all this about to unfold in the 90s. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say I saw all this coming. So I saw all this, the softness of men and the need of men to still to this day be around other men. And now they're starting to realize maybe I should do it by way of passports. I can't find masculinity at home. My daddy ain't around. My uncles ain't around. Ain't none of them around. My mama raised me and I'm 23 and I still don't, or 25 or 27, and I still don't know how to walk through this planet as a male. I'm still socially awkward. I still don't know responsibility. I still think life is supposed to be 50-50. I don't know anything about hypergamy and how I'm supposed to bring this money in and be a man's man. And now I get a passport and I get to meet Aaron. And I get to meet Zoom to Thailand. I get to meet Richie Mack. I mean, in other words, I get to meet King. I get to meet Love Crossing Borders, Andre. I get to meet all these other men, tailor-made dreams, real men who have been in militaries, or men that have started businesses, or men that have worked in companies. You see what I'm saying? They get a chance to be around a group of men that help them develop that manhood. What we don't realize, Aaron, we're still helping dudes in their 30s develop the manhood that there's not enough masculinity in the United States to go around. It's just not. Statistics. There's not enough manliness to share with other males to make sure all men get to be masculine like we all are. And so now dudes are having to use their passport and discover manhood by way of other cultures. Whether they go to Thailand and discover how Thailand men act, whether they go to Colombia and see the machismo men down here in Colombia, whether they go to Brazil, whether they go to Europe and see how manhood actually is supposed to move and maneuver, and not based off of how our mamas and aunties raised most of us.
That's a good point. That's a very good point, man. Malcolm, I want to ask you a question. Did you see the backlash from the TikTok platform coming so hard at us?
Oh man, did I? That joint was going crazy, man. Every time I get on TikTok, every other video, and I'm like, oh my God, y'all ain't got nothing better else to do, man. Everything passport bros is some loudmouth female. Nah. Man, we ain't bothering nobody, Aaron. We outside, man. We having fun, man. Look, man, I'm going to the strip club tonight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Watch out, bro. Watch out, bro.
Hey, come on, man. Hey, look. Hey, I ain't playing. I'm having fun. I'm living my life. I haven't, man. Hey, you want to know what's so crazy too? As many times have I've been coming to Colombia, I've never seen nobody fighting, nobody arguing. I've never seen it, man. It's like these guys might not have a lot of money or whatever, but the guys out here are happy, man. I haven't seen no fights and people arguing. Everybody's just cool. I want to be in that environment. I'm on YouTube just watching little clips, and people in America are mad and arguing and upset about somebody snitching, man. Talking about T.I. snitching and all. I don't give a damn about none of that, man. I don't care. Look, man, I'm about to go to the club, man. That's what I'm about to do, man. I'm about to turn it up, baby. I don't care about none of that stuff going on in America, man. Miss me with that, man.
And it's not just the females, it's the males too.
That's why I want to point out we have been the topic of so many podcasts. And I want to come back to you. I'm gonna catch you to Global Passport, but I want to come back to Andre. You know what's kind of like disselling to me a little bit is that they're reaching out. Like I'm talking about national syndicated shows, radio shows. We was on the Hot 107.9 show with Ryan Cameron morning show. We was on. I just played a clip of another podcast with the rap group Goody Mob. I know you familiar with Goody Mob.
Oh yeah.
They're asking guys that I don't think they're even really familiar with the ideology of a passport, bro. He just say, "What do you think about the passport, bros?" And these guys, they're well traveled because they tour around the world. But why aren't they actually asking the thought leaders, the guys like me and you, about the passport, bros? Like, why are they just picking like random people? Basically, Ryan Cameron brought up and I still haven't seen the show. But I assume it could have been negative because he just interviewed a random woman we don't even know about the passport bros. And I'm sitting here like, with more in cases, they're going to talk about, the little what they see on the surface, but it's so much more. And we talk about being a global citizen all the time. Why are they reaching out to the real representatives or the thought leaders of this ideology or community?
One of the things that I'm noticing is this, is that there's two things going on. You can't get as many views. You can't get as many likes. You can't get as many eyes on it when you have, especially men of color that act like they got some damn sense in their head. We don't bring in, but when you bring in a Pookie and put a Pookie on camera, or when you bring in a brother that's such as our brother Austin, who's younger and just enjoying life, and he's a beginner in this movement, it brings more eyes to the screen than dudes like you and me. They're talking about stuff that makes sense: education, enlightenment, cost of living, relationships, being able to get dual citizenships, opening up businesses in different countries, like me having credit in more than one country. They don't want people to know about us, so they continue to ask Pookie. They continue to ask Aikisha and Lucretia and all of them, because once the word is out that is people like us who are on this panel living real lives, oh, that's the last thing that they want. You got to realize this, Aaron. At the end of the day, statistics show, like I mentioned all the time, statistics show 72% of all Americans will live and pass only 50 miles away from the hospital in which they were born in. 50 miles. 72% of all Americans will never go anywhere. So we ain't got to worry about them. Number two, you have to realize is America needs its taxpayers. Oh, we need them to stay there to keep the dollar strong. So we don't need every brother to get a passport. I need a lot of brothers. I need most brothers to keep your tax break. No, I'm just talking about Andre perspective. I didn't say every brother. I said I need Americans to stay there, keep that dollar strong, keep on paying them taxes, and make sure that brothers like us that want to take advantage of it and do the right thing with the passport are able to take advantage of it. Not every come on, we don't need every Pookie to get a passport. There's some Pookies we even know in our own neighborhood. We need him to stay right there and not move from Baltimore. We don't need him to move from Philly. We don't need him to move from parts of Tampa. We need that Pookie to stay right there because we know how he acts in that neighborhood, and he definitely will know how to act on a global basis. And we've seen this on World Star with a lot of dudes in Sasua. So when I say that most Americans aren't going anywhere, so no matter what you and I say, Aaron, they aren't going anywhere. That's just facts. And they just say 72% aren't going anywhere. It not dropped a little bit in 2022, 2023 to 68%. So now 68% of all Americans will only live within a 50-mile radius of their home hospital in which they were born for the rest of their lives. And so, but it's our job, and to piggyback off what you do, is our job to be there for those that do want to make a transition to have a new life and showcase that. But they don't want to show us, man. They're not going to show us. I've talked about and spoke your praises so many times, dude. I'll sit back and I see them with the camera in front of a dude that knows nothing about being successful as a passport user. And they won't ask you. They won't ask me. They won't ask Taylor Made Dreams. They won't ask any of us that have they won't ask Ace. None of us have had longevity in this game of being outside the United States. Al Greaves, nobody. But they will go to newbies or they will go to Pookies and ask them because it gets more views.
Good point. Good point. I want to give a shout out to Passport Mastery TV for the $5 super chat. He's also a member. We appreciate that.
Shout out to Passport Mastery.
Global Passport crew. What do you think about that? Why are they not interviewing the thought leaders or representatives of the Passport Bro ideology or the Passport Bro community?
One, I totally agree with what Andre just said. Two, they're going to lose the argument. They don't want to lose the argument. They just want to argue. It's an echo chamber up in TikTok. It's nothing but drama. First little thing that happens, they paste it on a Passport Bro, and it wasn't a Passport Bro, to be honest with you. It's like the guy that got stuck in DR. He even admitted, I'm not a Passport Bro, but guess what?
They plastered him all over, bro. They had him all. Boy, he went viral on that.
Oh no, I got to do a video on that one. So that one's going to get interesting on my channel. I'm working on it tomorrow and stuff. But still, it's like they want to create this controversy, this argument, and it's so heated. It's like it makes no sense. What are these guys going to do what's going to affect in your life if these guys go away, the guys you don't want. It makes no sense to argue about this. You know, it's like I agree with Andre. It's clicks and views, because it's everybody wants to get here and argue about something that's like whatever. That's why I tell people, you know, this is the echo chamber. I come up here to learn from you guys because you guys are the experts. You got more knowledge than I do, you know, especially if I'm going down to Columbia. I'm going to definitely listen a lot with Andre and a couple of you guys and stuff like that. But that's it, you know. That's as far as I really want to go. And then I have to go take the trip and see it for myself and stuff like that. But these people are just nuts. It's an echo chamber in there, and it's getting very toxic. And that's why I like to spend a lot of time here. You know, even some of the TikTokers are like, you know, we're getting our channel shut down every time we talk about something positive with the Passport Bros. Now they're coming over to YouTube now. It's gotten that bad. And I'm glad they're coming over to YouTube, because now they can get the opportunity to actually learn from the experts instead of, you know, what's being spread on TikTok, because you guys aren't there. You guys are here.
Good point. Good point. I want to catch the super chat by Eric Powell with the $5 super chat. He says, too many people make. Yeah, shout out to Eric, man. Too many people make too much money from black dysfunction. You are teaching men to be successful at life. That's a very good point. It's very good.
There you go. That's what I want to do. That's what we need to do, is to be successful. And that's what this is all about in the end, is being successful.
Good point. Good point.
For example, Aaron, the number one demographic in the United States when it comes to just one group that the United States makes the most money off of, single black women. As long as black women are single, it is. Think about the money that's made off of auto repairs, house repairs. Plumbers make money. Roofers make money, because these women don't have a man. Think about the landscape dudes that make money from women that don't have a man that's doing the yard out there every Saturday before the football games come on. It's so much money that's made off of women in their weaves. Women, when they want to go on the girls' trips, they can make mass money just setting everything up. The cruise lines make money. Everybody's making money hand over fist from black women as long as they're single. I mean, the security companies, you just name it. When they're lonely, the Petco, PetSmart, making so much money. The average female is going to live to be about 70 plus years old. Dogs only live to be 10 to 15 years old. That means the average woman is going to go through 3, 4, 5 dogs. That means all the products that she's going to buy for that dog and all the veterinary. It is so much money that's made off of black women, especially when it comes to with divas and student debt. You know, I was an ex-college recruiter for 20 years, academic college recruiter. And I'm telling you, we made so much money at each campus because black women enrolled the most, but many of them didn't graduate, but yet they still had the college debt. So guess who's got the most college debt? They don't necessarily always have the most degrees. They have the most enrollments, and they have the most debt.
Okay. Okay, good point. You want to come with that, Malcolm?
Yeah, I would as a kid, man, I would be when I'm watching the news, man. And like when I was living in Brooklyn, you know, I was in crime-ridden neighborhood. I was in the projects, man. And a lot of things would happen in my neighborhood, and the news people would come, right? And as a kid, I used to notice this. I used to be like, all these people on the scene, you know, that seen what happened. But they for some reason, the news reporter would go to the most jankiest, like, you know what I'm saying? Hello, Miss Ma'am, what happened? And it was a fire.
Yeah.
Eyes bucking.
Nah, man, it's way worse than Atlanta, though. At least y'all speak somewhat proper in New York. It's way worse than Atlanta, bro.
Yo, and then the guys, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you couldn't find out of those group of people, man. You couldn't find an intelligent person to explain what happened, man. And I would see they do that on purpose, man. They do that on.
Oh yeah.
I can understand they do that on purpose, because I used to follow that stuff and I used to hate it. So come on, man. When it comes to this passport thing, they know we living good. They know we having good. So they're not about to just get one of us on there to explain. They're gonna get the weirdo guy that don't know what he's talking about, man. It's just what it is.
Good point. Good point. Well, guys, I got to go ahead and end the show. I got a consultation coming up. I'm gonna give everybody's closing statements, and we're gonna go ahead and we can definitely do another show with a similar topic like this, probably this evening or something like that. All right. So I'll start off with you, Global Passport Crew.
Okay, guys, with the whole passport applications, go to the Department of State website. You can download the application there. You can fill it out and print it up. So don't worry about the apps. That's one. If you don't know how to do it, go to my website, Global Passport Crew on YouTube. I got video on that, show you how to do it, all that other good stuff. As far as this whole movement, it's just annoying hearing the detractors, and you got to learn to shut them out because it's just stupid. If you want to really learn how to, be a global citizen, you got BMT, you got Love Crossing Borders TV, all these other guys that are pros in the game. They know the stuff. I would listen to them. Don't listen to these people because it's just nothing but toxicity, and they don't know what they're talking about. They're very childish. They're very immature. Some of these, pretty much all these detractors, they just don't have any common sense. And the bottom line on the whole thing is, it ain't their damn business. That's your life. You do what you want to do with it. Bottom line.
Good point. Good point. Appreciate you coming on. KB 3055. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. I basically took everything, man. There's nothing left to really say. I mean, everything was basically explained. The only thing I could give my 2 cents on is that I guess for the most part, guys shouldn't let we already know that America runs its fuel on negativity. So that's what gets the stuff going. So I would say don't fall for the fear that passports are going to go away someday. There needs to be a rush. Take your time, man. Like, not everybody's built to just get up and just leave. Take your time to do it the right way, because I don't want to see guys end up like that guy in DR, get stuck out there, because that can definitely happen if you're not, because no matter how many YouTube videos you watch, it's nothing like, it's just like football. You could practice on the practice squad all you want, but until you on that field, you don't know what it's really like. So I would say for most guys, just be patient about most things. I understand that America's bad, but you got to get yourself right first. So that's one. And don't be afraid about the whole passport thing. Like, that ain't, I could be 60 years old and dudes are still gonna be getting their passports. I don't care. That's some BS. Like, some world war is gonna have to happen for them to be like, oh, okay, we need to keep all you guys here. This is affirmative action. None of you guys are leaving. Like, nah, I don't see that happening. But other than that, shout out to the OGs on the panel, and shout out to you, BMT, and that's my piece, man.
Good point, man. Appreciate you coming on the show. Excuse me, but to that, the J Rello situation, I believe his YouTube is J Rello, right? He went broke in the DR. That's not exclusive to only Black people or African Americans, right? Like, I'm in Thailand, bro. When I see a lot of other ethnicities going through something similar here. All right, way more. For the most part, African American men, at least in Thailand, are known for having money, right? So that's like, I don't say that's the isolated incident, but a lot of races of people go through that when they go destitute or broke abroad, right? It's rampant out here in Thailand, so much so Thailand be trying to get them on up out of here, right? So that's just not exclusive to Black people. Brother Malcolm, you want to go ahead and go?
Yeah, man. I just want to follow up to what my man Love Crossing Borders was talking about, man, about the Pookies, man. Yo, listen, right? We have to understand that we are in a foreign country, man, and they don't see a lot of us. They see us, but they don't see a lot of us. So we represent, even if you want to, just like what Charles Barkley would say, yo, you a role model. He's like, nah, I ain't no role model. yo, bro, we are looked up. They look at us as a group, man. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, when you walk through Central in Cartagena and a black guy does something wrong, yo, man, that's gonna go viral. And then instead of that guy doing something wrong, they point at him. They're gonna say, "Oh, American black, blah 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 blah," and we're gonna get stereotyped, man. It happens. It's gonna happen, no matter if you like it or not. It's going to happen. And last night, I'm in the club. That's why I still got these right here, because we was in La Isla. I'm not gonna front. I was in La Isla having a great time, turning up, having a great time. No
Keep it clean, bro. Keep it clean.
Nah, it's clean, bro. So we left early, and then we go to another club, right? I got my man with me. Mm-hmm. Young Dolph comes on. We in the DJ booth. It's going crazy. He pulls out his. He said, "Yo, I'm about to turn up we in another club after La Isla. We in Parque Aires, whatever the name of that spot is." So he pulls out his money, and I see him, and he said, "Yo, I'm about to go crazy when this beat dropped." And I said, "Nah, no. He like, "Man, come on, man. Let me throw this money." I said, "No, bro, don't do that with me. You can do it if you want, but don't do that with me, bro." And he was like, "Oh man, come on." I was like, "Bro, do not do that with me. We left the strip club. We are no longer there. We are in a regular club where people do not do this. Like, come on, man. We have to teach these people and let them know, look, man, they look at us a different type of way, man, and we all get grouped in, man. That's all I got to say, bro."
All right, good point. Good point. Andre, love crossing borders, man. Close his zone out, brother.
He's absolutely correct in regards to you guys being able to get your passport applications online. So make sure that you do that. That's exactly how I did it on my lunch break. Downloaded it offline off the government website. During my lunch break, went to CVS, and you could do it at Walgreens too, and got my passport ID taken for $12. So my passport photo was taken at CVS. And you can go to Walgreens and get that done for $12, might be $15 right now. Those of you that have been incarcerated at one point in time, most of you guys already know I've done 10 years in the feds, and I did stateside. So when I tell you guys that if you feel like I've been incarcerated, I got a number, I can't get my passport, you ain't did 10 years, and you ain't did 5 years paper, and you ain't did stateside like I have. So if they crazy enough to give Andre a passport, they might be crazy enough to give you one too. Those of you that are on child support and you want to get your passport, each state has a threshold. Now, the federal government says that their threshold is $2,500. In other words, as soon as you get $1 under $2,500 worth of child support, you can apply for your passport. So don't feel like you owe child support, and if you owe $1, you still have to pay it. No, there's a threshold. Now, for example, as I close out, the state of Michigan, this threshold is $1,000. So once you get to $999, you can apply for your passport. In other words, in back child support. The state of Florida is $750. So once you get to $749, you can apply for your passport. In other words, just because you're in the rear does not necessarily mean that you cannot apply for your passport. Find out what the threshold is. Don't be scared. Just find out what it is and get yourself under the threshold so you can apply for your passport.
All right, man. Always good knowledge from you, bro. Appreciate you coming on once again. And look like we got Jay Rillo in the building, but I got to come back to you because I got to do this consultation, man. So we'll have him on next time. We'll have you on next time, man. If you guys want to come on and holler at him too, we can get that done. All right. I know you want to holler at him, Dre.
He don't want to be on here with me. I'm gonna talk about him so bad. You don't want me to be on. Man, that looks so bad just for black men, for men in general. There was no, and for him to sit back and go on his channel right now and actually say that I went viral as if it was a bragging moment. That's like walking around with snot hanging out your nose and you actually think you got a beard now. No, bro, you look horrible with this scenario, bro. You really do. You don't want me to be on the live stream with him. No,
Okay,
I'll talk to that young man. I had a man feeling so bad he needs therapy.
He want that smoke, man. So we're gonna come up with a time and we're gonna get back to it. We'll come up with a time. I have you on, Dre.
Talk about Pookie's pal.
He said he ready
Pookie's
for the smoke,
pal.
man.
That'd be the name of the episode. Pookie's pal.
All right, bro. All right, fellas. Appreciate you coming on. Peace.
Peace.